Hello, and we back with another video. And this time we are following up what the internet's following up. For David, he's finally being charged with murder. After all these months, you have to wonder, because the whole internet, we figured out he was the murderer from the get-go. But you know, the way the world works, you never know how things could have turned out. He could have been completely innocent. Someone could have framed him. But with a guy like most of these artists, they self-snitch. So someone like David, he was within his music. You will see videos of him where he would be literally giving us clues to his mental state. Where there'll be a video where he murders a girl. It's like, what? Who make a video like this? But these guys, they, as I said before, when it comes to musicians, they self-stitch. They have to get some sort of inspiration from somewhere, and it's their livelihood, it's their mental state. And when it comes to artists, they always rap about what they know, right? They always sing about what they know. And you got people like R. Kelly, you rap about age ain't nothing but a number, or sing about it, or write that for a layer, stuff like that. And you kind of wonder, like, why would you make such a song? But then you figured out he'd been sleeping with a layer. So for David, he ain't no different.
The DA's office announced the charges about an hour ago, and David is now expected in court this afternoon.
Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo joins us now live in downtown LA with what we've been learning this morning. Tim.
Philip, Colleen, it is a whole bunch of new information, including the what, when, where, and why in this case. The DA's office, literally as we speak, filing those first-degree murder charges against the singer known as David, real name David Burke, who faces the possibility, if convicted, of a life behind prison or even the death penalty if the DA chooses to do so. They revealed new information, including the fact that they claim this 14-year-old victim, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, was invited over to a home that Burke had been renting in the Hollywood Hills last spring. They say that's where he killed her. This is because they claim the sexual relationship that he was having with this girl when she was only 13 and 14 years old as an effort to cover up their relationship to preserve his budding music career.
These charges include the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring. That is first-degree murder with special circumstances.
We now know investigators believe the 14-year-old was killed on April 23rd of last year, 5 months before her body was found in the trunk of a Tesla parked in the Hollywood Hills, not far from a house that Burke was renting, which is the location detectives believe that murder took place. This investigation obviously has taken a long time, 7 months, but today the DA says they believe they have their man. Part of the reason it may have taken so long, Rivas's body was dismembered and it was badly decomposed. Her remains only discovered 4.5 months after she was killed, according to the DA. District Attorney Nathan Hochman said investigators have physical, forensic, and digital evidence that ties the 21-year-old singer to her death, and this first-degree murder charge includes special circumstances that make David eligible for the death penalty.
Death penalty.
Back to this being a parent's nightmare. On April 23rd, 2025, as been alleged by the complaint, Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time, went to Mr. Burke's house in the Hollywood Hills. She was never heard from again. This murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night.
Attorneys representing David Burke say they intend to, quote, vigorously defend David's innocence, end quote. And that defense will start later this afternoon. As I mentioned, the DA's office literally was filing the charges after that press conference at about 10:30 this morning. David is expected in court for his arraignment 1:30 or maybe a little bit after that this afternoon. Also today at the press conference, likely in the courtroom and certainly after the courtroom, we have seen Rivas's family here. She spoke with the DA and Chief of Police. They have not spoken publicly about this case literally at any point. We are expected to hear from them after the arraignment a little bit later this afternoon, the first time we will hear from them since their daughter's death. We're live this morning.
Okay, I'm gonna sum this up. It looked like he killed her, but it didn't like it was something that he planned. Cause how are you gonna kill someone and dump them in the very car you was renting, the Tesla's? Like, that's really dumb. You know, he chops off into pieces and he puts on the Tesla. It's like, who does that? Not someone of sound mind. But from the looks of things, it seems like they were in a relationship. Not an age appropriate relationship, and he might have wanted to break the relationship up. She might have said, okay, if you're gonna break us up, I'm gonna tell the world you've been sleeping with me and I'm underage. He gets upset and then he ends up killing her. And yeah, that's the way it seems, but it's kind of a weird mindset. I think when you're in the moment, you don't think clearly. There's no clear thought, because okay, let's just say she came out and said, oh, you are a PDF file. Yeah, his career is over. Then what? Goes to prison, but he wouldn't get the death penalty, right? He'll get some R. Kelly prison time, right? That's what R. Kelly's getting, some weird prison time. His career will be over, R. Kelly prison time, that's it. He can still come out and live a life. Now, he's done the opposite scenario. He's went and killed this girl. But at the end of the day, we know he's a pedo, right? PDF. And he's a killer. What would be worse? The worst thing would be just being a... Look, in all scenarios, the best bet for him would have been for him just to be a PDF file. Now he's a PDF file and the killer. We already knew. So what was the point in killing the poor girl? As I said before, it looked like in the heat of the moment, he went out, killed the girl in the heat of the moment. Never thought this through, because there's no way he was too involved with her for us to think that some random person killed her and dumped her in his truck. You know, it's really stupid, but that's the thing about these artists. They don't think. You know, they're self-snitching, they don't think. So, like, we got this guy banged to rights and there's someone else in the fold that we don't know about. But it's definitely him, because he's been singing all about her. Girls in videos that look like her. I mean, this guy seemed a bit obsessed. I don't know what was the nature of the relationship. Where was it he trying to break the relationship off, or was it the other way around? Who knows? But whatever the case is, we now know that he is being charged and he might get they're looking for the death penalty. Right, I mean, there's no joke at all. I've never heard of this guy. You know, I feel like I've been living under a rock. But other people, they were like, man, this guy's a good artist. I was like, wow, man. You know, I just tune out of music for a while, because I know it's all manipulation by the record labels. But it is what it is. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'm out.